all again. Today we're going to be doing a Ravnica Allegiance draft. Starting out from pack 1, pick 1. I've already started by accident. Like I say, the computer's messing up a little bit, but let's crack on. So we have Font of Agonies as our rare. How much pay life is there in this? What's going on with my PC today? I do apologise for this. Cards I like here. Administrative Obligation, maybe, no. I'm just looking through this pack. Blade Brand, I don't mind that. Concordius Pegasus. This is a pretty poor pack. Persistent Petitioners. Azorius Grand Knight Arbiter. If we were to go down that kind of route, but picking a gold card off the bat. Summary Judgment can be okay. The Rakdos Guildgate. This is a really bad pack one, I think. Paying life. I can't see a single card here that says pay life, so how much are we going to be paying life? That's the question. I think Concordia Pegasus, Summary Judgment maybe. Flying 2/3, 4 mana though. Makes him a 3/4 with that one. I'm not sure where to go with this pick at all. I'm really not liking any of the cards I'm seeing. I think we might be taking a Summary Judgment, which is just an awful pick one. Any suggestions? This is tough. I think we'll take the Font of Agonies just because I haven't got another rare to choose from. But now we're seeing some things. Second Rakdos Guildgate, Sorrowform Hybrid I really do like, and Gatebreaker Ram, if we go down the Gates route, could be good. They're both green. I think the better pick there is Sorrowform Hybrid, just because you might not get the Gates deck, and then at least you've got a good green card. Sentinel's Mark, I'm not so big on that. Prowling Karakar I've actually had used against me quite well. Rubber Belt Recluse. It's a good red card there. Rakdos Roustabout I'm not so big on. Sphinx's Insight I do like if you're in white blue. I think the right pick here is the Sorrowform Hybrid. I think it's the best card in the pack. That's Hexproof. I think we take the Sorrowform Hybrid there. Oh, now we've got some good cards. Gates Ablaze. That's kind of making me wish I'd picked the Gatebreaker Ram in the last pack. He's also an Ill-Gotten Inheritance here. Do we try and draft Gates? It's looking like there's a couple of Gates cards in these first few picks. But if we get no payoffs later on down the line, that's really bad. Skewer the Critics is a really good card here. We could go for Gruul, go green-red. Footlight Fiend. This is probably one of the toughest sets I find to draft for myself. I think we take the Gates Ablaze. If we see more Gates payoffs, we stick with those Gates. If not, we can move through, but we've only picked one. Here we've got a Windstorm Drake. Suggesting to me blue's a little open on that third pack there. But we've also got some good some good red cards. Dead Rebels. The Ilgart Inheritance might have been the better pick over the Gates Ablaze there, and there might have been a mistake. Impassioned Orator. I do like Windstorm Drake, but what are we at the moment? That's too many colours off the bat. Although we're seeing another gate. We'll wait and see if any of those gates payoffs come back round. We're moving into gates. And I think right now, Chillbringer is a good card as well. I'm tempted to say that Dead Rebels is my pick here. At least allows to pull that Sorrowform hybrid back. Or maybe the Windstorm Drake. I'm going to take the Windstorm Drake and maybe move into green-blue. What are we seeing here? Senate Griffin, Titanic Brawl. There's a Rubble Slinger there, and there's another gate. Forbidden Spirit. I think Senate Griffin could be the pick there. It's basically a blue card. Although Titanic Brawl. I think Titanic Brawl would allow us a tiny random little bit of removal. Font of Agonies doesn't look like it's going to be getting played now. We could be looking at a green-blue deck. Titanic Brawl's at least in colour, and I really do like that for a pick. I think it's Titanic Brawl. What have we got? Tower Defense. Another Titanic Brawl. Green's looking quite open if this is the case. Blade Juggler if we go black. We're not going to be playing the Rakdos deck here though, so I don't think we'll be picking the Blade Juggler. I think we'll take a second Titanic Brawl and then not pick any more. Gorklam Wrecker. Active Treason I like. Apologies for the cough. Gift of Strength. This is very hard to draft, I'm saying it's just, I'm not sure what to pick when it comes to things. Whereas War of the Spark, I just know where I'm at all the time with that, and I don't seem to be able to get a clear go in these drafts here. Gift of Strength or the Root Snare, I'd appreciate all help. And should I be moving away is probably the better question. Is there anything you see in this says actually I'm just picking completely wrong? Right. I'm going to pick Gift of Strength. Oh, there's a Grasping Thrall there. That's very late. Summary Judgment we're seeing. Sage's Roast Savant. Another Homunculus. I think if we pick the Grasping Thrall here, right, we at least give ourselves the choices of picking between a green-blue deck, or a green-black deck with maybe a splash of white to get that Thrall out. Trying to remember what else in this pick, but black's definitely looking. The black cards have rolled around to us, and so have the white cards. And we just picked up a grasping through. That could suggest that black-white is open. So here I will pick the Concordia Pegasus. And I think Prowling Caracal. And the Ilgar Inheritance came back around, plus an Orzhov Guildgate. So it's definitely black-white that's open here. So we'll play a consign to the pit, even though that probably won't get played. We'll definitely pick the Senate Griffin up now. We'll take a Just Cause Portal. And clear the mind. Wow, this is probably the most random deck I've built for a long while. Simic Ascendancy I'm not big on. This is a nice card and constructed, but you're not I don't feel like I'm going to be pulling that kind of stuff off here at all. It's unfortunate that we might be dropping that. The Gates of Blaze is almost definitely out now. It says to clear the mind. I'm not big on that Prowling Caracal pick. I can't see any big payoffs for white here. There is a Blade Juggler for black, but we're not playing black red, although it's just a good card. So we'll pick up the Blade Juggler there with the Simic Extended. Oh, Ethereal Absolution. So we just got the biggest payoff. I don't even know what was in the rest of that pack. I should have at least looked, so I do apologise. But we just got the biggest payoff now for playing black-white. We've got an Imperious Oligarch there, so it's probably the pick now, considering that we've decided black-white's the way. Yeah, Imperious Oligarch here. The Dovan Security. I do like trying to build that deck sometimes. And the Spirit of the Spy. So we'll take the Oligarch. Looks like we're going to be removing these green cards for now. Just have a quick look at this pack. I don't see any big payoffs for us there, so yeah, the green cards are gone. That's a bit unfortunate. Looking forward to playing the... we might be able to splash the blue to keep that Windstorm Drake in. In fact, there's the option to do that. And over what we've got, if we're planning to do that, we could go for Sphinx Insight. Does Sphinx's Insight wheel? That's the question. I have no idea whether it wheels. I'd like to say it probably doesn't. Is it going to help us in this deck? We're going to have all got inheritances and things, so it does gain us more life. Could prioritise picking up some gates and stuff to help with the mana there. That may help. Bring to Trial I don't rate as the other card, the one that's exile power 3 or destroy. It might be destroy power 3, I can't remember. But First and Shake would be good. If we get mana, if we get swamped with mana, then we could just buff the First and Shade and keep ourselves alive. Quite liking that actually. That might play into this sort of life gain black-white deck we're sort of building here. What are payoffs for blue? Because that's the decision between Sphinx Insight or not. Senate Griffin and Windstorm Drake. Windstorm Drake's not so good, especially considering here's our we won't be playing Consign to the Pit. 6 mana removal is just silly. Windstorm Drake would buff afterlife creatures. It would buff everything, basically. So yeah, I think we will be playing that blue. It makes me want to pick the Azorius Guild Gate up because we're going to need it if we're planning to actually play black-white and splash that blue. We're going to need that gate. It's the gate over the Sphinx's insight. Right now I think I want the payoff because we are still only looking at single blues at the moment, so I'll take the payoff. I'll try and pick up the colours. Oh, Gate Colossus, really? Are we too late to build gates? There's only 2 gate payoffs though. What must have been in this pack for that to roll round? I know it's AI you're picking against, but what must have been the rare out of that pack for it to decide to wheel there? I've gone with a bit of a theory so far when I've been drafting that. Actually, if you see colours and stuff in pack 2, you probably don't want to pick them because it seems to try and pull you away from the colours you've picked in the early pack. And then you get some payoff in pack 3 and you're like quite happy you stuck with it. So maybe Syndicate Messenger, for example, here wouldn't be a bad pick. Or the Orzhov Guildgate, but the Orzhov Guildgate's not going to help us with the splash for the blue there, so I'm thinking the Syndicate Messenger. And I'll accept the hate that I maybe should pick the Gate Colossus there. It's a tough pick because this is attractive, but it's a big payoff, isn't it? And we've got the Gates Ablaze to go with it. Do we really value a Syndicate Messenger that much? A 2/3 flyer with Afterlife. We've got 3/2 flyers. We've got 3/3 flyers. We've got a Grasping for All. No, alright, we'll take it. Ouch. Here we are. This pack is definitely not for us. I don't really want a Night of Sorrows. Undercity's Embrace. Yeah, we'll have that. I like a little bit of removal. Here we're seeing a Sphinx of the Guild Pact. Not so high on that. 7 mana. Alright, it's hexproof from monocoloured spells, but there's a lot of multicoloured spells here, so. The pick there, looking at our curve currently, is probably the 3 mana card, so we'll take the Hazard Officer over the and in this pack, oh, I'm seeing a second Sorrowform hybrid as well. Late picks for see a second Sorrowform. It's not suggesting the green's open, but this pack must have been nice. We could use him to cycle our hand. Most of our decks flying, so an Arrested Zeal is literally just a +2/+2 to us. It is a +2/+2 instant spell, so it does allow us a little tiny bit more removal if we look at it that way. Target creature named Death Touch, draw a card. I'm quite liking that at the moment because we are in black and that will allow us to just draw through some of this stuff, so we'll let someone else have that. And we'll take the instant draw card, I think, there. This has been one of the toughest decks I've built. I can't explain that. I'm really struggling with what's the best picks here to go for it. But we are going to have potentially Ethereal Absolution on the field, so Arrested Zeal will just make our creatures so big. And giving them all Death Touch with a draw card might be better for us just to try and draw into that. So the Guild Mage sort of out in my. Yeah, I think I'm off the Guild Mage now, and I'm more towards the Arrested Zeal or the Blade Brand there. I think we'll go Blade Brand because it does allow us removal against people's creatures if they're swinging in at us. here. Wow, nothing really for this deck. So I think we'll take something like an Arrestor's Admonition, maybe. Cavalcade of Calamity is a good call. It looks like we could have potentially built a pretty good black-red deck so far if we'd have gone down that route. Rubber readings, look, in a best of 3, don't discount the destroying the lands and the scrying together. Really, you can put your opponent back quite a little bit. We're playing limited. It's harsh to get one of your lands destroyed sometimes, especially if maybe it's like the splashed coloured land, for example. Or what are we? We can't flick back to green now. So we'll take the... I'll take the Cavalcade of Calamity because it's rarity pick rather than the other, and they're both really not going to get played. Here I'm looking at Sphinx's Insight. Plague White I like, you put a bit of pressure on with it, and Titanic Brawl, we've already got 2 and we're out of green. So the second rubber reading, I wouldn't play a second one. I'm just saying like one land, and or maybe I'd pick 2 and put them in a sideboard in a best of 3. In a best of 1, maybe if I was playing red-black I'd at least have 1. I'm going to take the Sphinx's Insight here. We need some splash for that blue. Do we take the Simic Locket? Arrest the Zeal over the Dovin Security because I'm getting a bit worried about that splash. I'm going to take the Sentinel's Mark here. Another Simic Locket. And we will be taking the Syndicate Messenger, but I'm getting a little bit worried about the splash for the blue here. I'll take a Gruul Locket and put it in the sideboard. I'll pick that up and it can go in the sideboard too. Azorius Gate. Oh, but there's a big rare. Should we have just stayed green? Am I really about to have to pick a Guild Gate over a Growth Chamber Guardian? Look at all those Simic Lockets we've just passed up as well. Can't play a 4-colour deck. Right, everyone can shout at me if they want. I'm going to pick the Growth Chamber Guardian and really try heavy to splash a couple of colours with some gates here or something else. Azorius Locket might be our pick there just because we need splash. I would rather have, or the Simic Locket even. No, the Azorius Locket. Final Payment though, I do really like that. And that would finally allow our Font of Agonies something that we're paying life for. There's 2 lockets in this pack. I'm not bothered which one wheels round to me. It's for the blue mana. I'm hoping one of them will. We've got a little bit of time left to pick that out, so we never picked that Dead Revels. Maybe we'd want to pick that now. Maybe we pick Dead Revels here. 2 mana to return 2 creatures. I do want more removal, so final payment for me there. Smothering Tithe is the pick here. There's no gates help us, there is a Dead Revels. But Smothering Tithe is the pick for me there. And now we get our pay. We'll take that Azorius Locket. Looking at this pack, kind of fancy that second Senate Griffin. Or we could go for a Sky Guard for a big payoff, but I think we've got some big payoffs here. So I think that will actually go to the route. Let me just swing this around a little bit because I don't plan on playing that there. 3 mana. Right. So back to the Gate Colossus. I've never had so many cards in my sideboard at this point. I'm usually a lot more determined with what I'm going with. Like I say, you see things in this format and it's just like, I've got to have that card, can't pass that up, can't pass that up. This is a hard set to draft. Do we double lock it? Probably not, because I will play a couple of islands. I don't mind playing the odd island. We've only got single black mana costs ever, we're never doubling up yet, so that's swinging me a little bit more to the Senate Griffin. I'm just trying to debate whether it's worth more than the Sky Guard to us at 1 more mana. He can be our final 6 drop. Here I'll be taking the Azorius Guildgate. It's going to help with that mana fixing a lot more, but clear the stage. Rally to battle, I'm not, no, I'm thinking the Guildgate here, just to, let's make sure this deck plays. I think I'm taking the second Oligarch over the Ill-Gotten Inheritance. I do like it, but I don't think we want multiples. We have got a second Azorius Guildgate there, but I don't think it's worth as much as the Oligarch to us. Nice. I think I prefer Homongulus over Knight of Sorrows, at least hexproof. He's not flying, however, it doesn't really help us. Another Sorrowform hybrid, so we really should have been playing that green-blue deck, unfortunately. At this point, 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. So I was just trying to work out what would be like if we did move back to green-blue right now, and not good. It's basically what I've worked out there. It's too late. It's a real shame. So we'll take the Knight of Sorrows. I think I'll be more. They'll probably get stripped, but yeah, here we go. Sky Tether, I think, is the play there. Does allow us to shut some of their creatures down. We'll take the Azorius Locket, we'll probably throw them away. We've managed to pick a couple up now. I'm quite happy for that Dead Rebels. We'll take Sphinx Insight. Exposed to Daylight, a Quench, and a Deface. Right, that was possibly my worst draft picks ever. So, apologies. I really felt a bit lost during this draft. Really struggled to make my picks. I felt like I looked at the set enough. I felt like I knew how I wanted to play. I felt quite comfortable initially, and that's soon gone. We'll keep an Azorius Locket because we were a little bit lacking there in the blue. No, we don't need it. We don't need it. We'll just play the 4 islands. Could get absolutely swamped with blue like that. So that's five blue sources and 12 of the others. So I think that's the best way to do that there. And I'm just looking at the last 5 cards of strips, not a lot. It really was a tight pick for me all the way through. I'd never picked anything I was fully happy with. I mean, look at that. That's an absolute mess of cards left over from changing my mind too much and not being able to fully decide what I wanted. Let's just look at that on the curve there. Where are we at? Oh, that's awful. Too many 4 drops. Let's get through some of these Sphinxes inside. I'm not going to be playing them. We will play the Smothering Tithe because it will allow us to ramp into some of these bigger spells. We'll be able to play all these big spells if we play the Smothering Tithe. I believe that leaves us 4 cards to take out, 3 cards to take out. We'll take out Sky Tether. How many, apart from that final payment, how many triggers have we got for that Font of Agonies? I believe none is where I got to with that. More gain life than lose life. So actually, considering that's the case, we won't be paying life, so we will take out the Font of Agonies. Our 1-drop slot's really short, so it'd be nice if we could get down the guild gate on 1. Final card, probably just the CR's Portal. I'd rather have the creature in Prior and Caracal. I feel like we're really low on the creature count here. Let me check that. 1, 2, 3, 4. Only 4 2-drops. 1 3-drop. 2 4-drops. We're not playing a huge amount of creatures here. Be interesting to see how this plays for me. White, black, blue deck. So I still think it's the Portal that's going to come out there, and we'll play on it like this. I might be coming back to tweak this a little bit after we played, just to take some of the cards out if they're not playing well. This is a black, white, blue deck, and I'm not sure how we got there. Let's get on with the draft. I hope you all enjoyed the picks. A 35-minute pick process. That was tough. And